Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome back to my channel. This is third part of JavaScript lecture, and in this lecture we will learn about data types in JavaScript. So, which is data type in JavaScript like document? There is something called as one more object that is ready-made object and available in JavaScript, which is color console. This color console object help us to write something. Console and console is what? If you just inspect on your browser, you will be able to see a screen colors consumed. So if you want to see something not on the browser but on console, just to check whether your logic is working fine or not, you can make use of that object called as console. Now using notepad is very trivial use. You can make use of many other text editors which are available in the market. Like there's Notepad++, there is another text editors available. There is some line text editor which I am using currently. So there are many text editors available. And what is the advantage of using this editor is that you can get some type forwards, you can get some help. So you may not type everything from scratch. For example, as you can see here, I have a one file static.html created. This file is saved in, we have a folder in desktop HTML. This file is saved in this folder. Okay. As you can see here, I typed ht and then I will click on enter button. Can you see the magic? It has already returned some piece of code which is like a basic thing that I need to write. So that's why I would suggest each and every one of you to use some kinds of IDs. Okay, that will help us to type in faster. So let's create one script tag here, okay, with its source. The same folder, okay. So let's create one data type .js file in the same folder, okay. So this file name should be data type.js and this file is saved in this folder, and make sure you select all file option. Okay, learning data types in this language, that is JavaScript language. So I told you, if you want to see anything on the console, to learn something you should see some output that gives you know, a kind of inspiration to learn any new language. So that's why I have introduced this console topic, okay, which is a ready-made object like document. And using this object we can type in anything onto this console. If you want to type something on the browser using a JavaScript file, you can use your order object, that is document. And to write something on the browser, the method that is used is document.write. Okay, so let's use both these. So when I say console dot, the method that is used is log. So okay, within this log I can just say that hello, save this file. Source should be data type.js. Okay, so I have written a JavaScript and there is one HTML file. HTML file has no element on this file, but yes, it has a script tag that has got embedded. Let's try to run this file. Okay. So there is no element present in the body tag. I will not be able to see anything on this page. If I right click and choose inspect option and I open up a tab console, I can see that whatever I have typed in console.log method, I can see here. Okay, if I want to write something on this browser using JavaScript, I will be something like this: document.write save this file and refresh. Can you see that I have written it on to the browser object? Document.write will help us to write something on the browser. Okay, now moving ahead with data types in JavaScript. There are around 56 data types which are present in JavaScript. There are number, boolean, string. Then there is the object. Okay, and there are some special values on this type 4 and type 5 and type 6. Though there are different types, but they are considered as one type in JavaScript, called as object undefined, and not a number, are special values which are present in JavaScript. How do we write a variable in JavaScript? JavaScript variable can be considered as containers which store a particular value or name for a particular block of memory. Okay. Now, as any other language which has a strict type, for example, if you take up Java or C++, if I want a number, a variable that should contain only a number, then I make sure that I declare that variable within its type. For example, int a. So now variable a will always contain a number, but it is not the case in JavaScript. You will always mark any variable as of the type variable, stand for variable, var, okay, stand for variable. So it's like a general thing. You can again imagine it to be a bucket. Whatever value you add on to this particular bucket, that type of bucket will become. If you assign to this variable a number, it will be of the type number. If you add it a string, it will be of the type string. If you add it something like an object, it will be of the type of object. If you add an array, it will be of the type array. Name your variable, you should follow some rules. What are the rules? The rules say that you cannot use any JavaScript language specific keyword. That is something like a, for, do functions. So all these keywords have some meanings in JavaScript. There is some logic, there is something that will execute if you use such keyword. So you cannot name your variable with the keywords that are existing in the JavaScript language. You can't start your JavaScript variable within a digit neither. Can you use special character like percentage, dollar, and %? While naming your variable, always start your variable with an alphabet. And then you can follow that alphabet with a digit or an underscore. You can make use of uppercase or lowercase alphabets. So here are some examples. See, well, it is something like some, or you can have first underscore name. You need underscore test1. Just one invalid is you cannot start it with a digit, or you cannot use a keyword like function, or cannot use a special character called as dollar. Okay. So there are some of the rules of defining your variable. So let's see all these types of variable. To see the type, let me remove this code. Create a variable, say a, or you can just create a variable called as general. Let's see what this general variable that I've created. This is called as a declaration. I have not initialized this general variable. I have not given it any value. Let's see what value by default it takes up. If I don't initialize it, to see that, you can just write console.log within which you can just type in this value, copy paste it, save this file and refresh. As you can see here, by default it's get the value called as undefined. Okay, that's why it is said that this undefined is a special value in a JavaScript, okay, to the same variable which is not of any type as of now. Let me add this general variable, a number 6 equal to 6, and I remove this. Let me see like what type of variable this become, to check that what type of variable is this, general variable keyword or general variable. Is the operator to be used is called as type of will tell you whatever is on its right side, what is its type. Okay, save this file. You can see here that the type is now number. If I give this general, okay, a string value, and now check its type. Save this file and refresh. Can you see that the type has now changed to string? If I give it a string value with a single quote, let me save this and refresh this. Again a string. Okay, so we have covered up this number and this string type. Let's try giving it a boolean value, something like, say for example, true. Let me remove this and true. Okay, save this file. Now become boolean type. Okay, as you can see here. So if I want to give it another type of value, like say null or an array, or let us make it an object. So for all these three types, array, null and object, the type will be always an object. So let's see. Okay, here null. What type it becomes? Save this and refresh. As you can see here, it becomes an object type of data now. Okay. So let's start with the next data type, that is array. To write an array, okay, we have a syntax which is shown here in the declaration part. Okay. Which you will write this variable space, your space is equal to, and you initialize it to a square bracket. That's mean it is of the type array. Now array internally in JavaScript is treated as an object. To write this array, there are two ways. Either you can initialize it using a square brackets, or you can make use of something called as a new operator. Okay. After the word new, you have to make use of array keyword, and then it is followed by brackets, in which you will be writing the name of the elements or whatever elements you want to add. What is an array? If you just see this, how memory take it. For example, this is your memory. And if I try to write something called as variable a, which is equal to 9, then a small memory is located, okay, or a small place is located in this memory, which will hold the value 9. And now your variable a will be pointing this memory location, this pointing location. Okay, now for example, if you want to add marks of 10 students, how will you go about it? You will create a variable, marks of student 1, marks of student 2, marks of student 3, marks of student 4, up to marks of student 10. So there will be so many variables that will be created. So in such a scenario, we will have almost 10 variables that will hold marks of 10 students. But using an array, this problem is solved. Using array, memory is allocated. Okay, sequentially having element in it. Like if you want to store marks of 10 students, and there will be 10 elements. If you want to store marks of 5 students, then 5 elements will be created, as you can see here. Let's just create an array of marks of 5 students. This is the array. Okay. Now, how do we declare an array? To declare an array, we can make something called as variable a. A is equal to 1, 2. We can add all the marks like this. This is one way of declaring an array. Another way of declaring an array, you can make use of the keyword new. Okay, or a equal to new with the keyword array with a capital A followed by these brackets. Okay, these brackets. And within the brackets, you can keep all the values of the elements. So what is the use of it? Is that memory is allocated sequentially, plus you can access all the marks using only one variable. And individually, also you can access every element. How do you do that? Every element in the array has one index, and index of the array always start with 0. Okay, so if you have added around 5 elements, then the last index would be 5 minus 1, that is 4. It always start with 0, and if you want to individually access these elements, then how do you do that? Is that you write a of 0. Okay, if you want to access the second element, you will write a of 1. Okay, and if you want to access the third element, you will do the same thing. Okay, this is how you can individually access this element. So let's try to create our array here, and just copy this and paste. So here 5, 6, 4, 7, 9 and 10. As you can see here, we have a general variable to hold an array, and let's see what type of value it give us. Okay, save this file and refresh it. As you can see here, it again gives us object type of values. If you initialize any variable to the type as array, it will be of the type of object. Along with this type, we can also check what is the length of this array. So whenever we have an array type of object, get it length by using length property. Okay. As you can see here, you can check that the length is 5 now. If you cross this check, you can see here the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the length is 5, but the index will have from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, some of the data types that are present in JavaScript which we need to be comfortable with. Okay, that's the end of my video. If you learned something from my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. In the fourth part, we will be learn about type conversion in JavaScript.